The chair now recognizes Mr. Takano for 5 minutes.
I thank the chair and I thank the committee for the opportunity to participate. Ms. Russell, these numbers, I'll try to get the substantiation somewhere, but men in this country interscholastically receive $252 million more in athletic scholarships than women for the 2019-2020 year. And girls generally have approximately 1.1 million fewer opportunities than boys to participate in high school athletics. Title IX has not been able to fix that. Does this ring true, the statistic I just read to you?
I don't have the statistic in front of me, but what I do know is that there are so many more opportunities because of Title IX, and if we allow men and boys into women's sports, which is what is happening,
Russell,
then those opportunities and more scholarships
to whether or not,
go away for women.
I don't know whether or not excluding transgender athletes from participating fixes this gross inequity of $252 million more in athletic scholarships for women and 1.1 million fewer opportunities for girls than boys to participate in high school athletics. My point is that excluding transgender athletes who constitute less than 1% of this country is not a fix to the gender inequities in sports. Let me just read to you.
Am I allowed to say something?
No, I'm reclaiming my time. I want to read to you an excerpt of the veto message from Governor Spencer Cox of Utah when he vetoed the trans ban in sports. He said, he reads his final reason for this veto. He says, "I must admit I'm not an expert in transgenderism. I struggle to understand much of it and the science is conflicting. When in doubt, however, I always try to err on the side of kindness, mercy, and compassion. I also try to get proximate, and I'm learning so much from our transgender community. They are great kids who face enormous struggles. And here are the numbers that have most impacted my decision. 75,000, 4, 1, 86, and 56. 75,000 high school kids participating in high school sports in Utah. 4 transgender kids playing high school sports in Utah. 1 transgender student playing girls' sports. 86% of trans students reporting suicidality. 56% of trans youth having attempted suicide. 4 kids and only 1 of them playing girls' sports. That's what all this is about. 4 kids who aren't dominating or winning trophies or taking scholarships. 4 kids who are just trying to find some friends and feel like they're part of something. 4 kids trying to get through each day. Rarely has so much fear and anger been directed at so few. I don't understand what they are going through or why they feel the way they do, but I want them to live. And all the research shows that even a little acceptance and connection can reduce suicidality significantly. And for that reason, as much as any other, I have taken this action, meaning to veto this bill, and hope that we can continue to work together and find a better way. If a veto write-over occurs, I hope we can work to find ways to show these 4 kids that we love them and that they have a place in our state. I find that remarkable. Now, following that veto and following the override, it was interesting because there was an incident in Utah where parents perceived that the winner of a contest, of an athletic contest, was really not of that gender, was not really a girl. And so what happened is the parents forced this woman, this young girl, to undergo a genital inspection because her body type didn't conform to that of what they thought was a girl and feminine. I just want to insert this article, judge blocks Utah trans sports ban while probe of athlete emerges into the record. I also would like to unanimous consent to enter into the record the veto message of of Spencer Cox of Utah, the governor of Utah.
Without objection.
Ms. Graves, you cited earlier this issue of straight girls who win being subjected potentially to this invasion of privacy?
That's correct. All girls are subject to these sorts of sex verification processes, whether it be the abusive genital examinations or tracking menstrual cycles or other sorts of deep invasions of privacy. But I think who will be most harmed by that actually are the girls who don't generally fit our stereotype. And there's been a lot of stereotype conversation today. Lots of people fit a stereotype and lots of people don't conform to stereotypes. And Title IX for 50 years has had something to say about that.
Thank you. I'm sorry for going over, Madam Chair. I yield back.
Thank you. Ms. Russell, I'll give you a few seconds to respond.
This is the second time I've heard in here exclusion of transgender athletes. We are not talking about excluding anyone. We are talking about keeping female sports for biological females only. Women's and girls' sports for biological females only. That does not exclude anyone.
Thank you. The chair now recognizes